coming off of Needle and the Damage Done, Neil has completely changed my I don't even know what the right word is, but my appreciation for his artistry is up there. Was like I love his mind. I love where and how he pulls, what he pulls creatively in order to make his music. And so I'm really excited to hear today's song. This is Tell Me Why. I'm sitting here looking at this cover, and I see him standing here, and then I see like a old woman behind him in the opposite direction, or like I can't really tell if she's supposed to be like on his back or something. I can't really tell, but I don't know. I just really like something really pulls me to him in some weird way. But I'm really excited to hear this and learn more about Neil Young. We'll do the song research afterwards. But let's go.
Sailing hardships through broken harbors, out on the waves in the night. Still a searcher must ride the dark horse, racing alone in his fright. Tell me why. Tell me why. Is it hard to make arrangements with yourself when you're old enough to repay but young enough to sell?
Before we get into the second verse, that I'm assuming that was the chorus, but whoever those backing vocals were, or whoever just sung together in unison, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. That's all I got to say.
Tell me lies later, come and see me, I'll be around for a while. I am lonely, but you can free me, all in the way that you smile. Tell me why. Tell me why. Is it hard to make arrangements with yourself when you're old enough to repay but young enough to sell? Tell me why. Tell me why. Is it hard to make arrangements with yourself when you're old enough to repay but young enough to sell?
I like that. Tell me why you're young enough to repay and not old enough to sell. That's a hard line. That's a hard line. I love the acoustic guitar. Of course, I'm gonna assume that was Neil Young playing it. It had a folk rock feel to it, but it still felt grungy in a way. You know, like it still felt like grunge, but it had that folk rock to it. It's the opening track from Neil Young's After the Gold Rush, written by Young. Classified as acoustic rock, folk rock, roots rock. I don't think I ever heard of roots rock. Reprise Records. I'm sorry, I kind of got lost in reading some. The infamous line of the song, tell me why, is it too hard to make arrangements with yourself when you're old enough to repay, but young enough to sell? That's such a great line. I'm trying to, you're old enough to repay, but young enough to sell. I don't know how to take that line. I don't know. You're old enough to repay. You've lived long enough to where now is the time for you to start paying your dues. But you're young enough to sell. It's such a great line. I don't know what it means. And it's so poetic and beautiful, but I don't know what that means. Y'all gotta let me know in that comment section. What does that mean? You're old enough to repay, but you're young enough to sell. I love it, and I don't even know what it means. Y'all gotta let me know what that line means, man. And then when you're done with that, request and recommend more Neil Young, so I can hear more of his beautiful poetry. Because that's kind of where I'm at with Neil and his music. It's like, of course, all music is poetry, but it's so poetic the way he puts words together. You know, again, Needle and the Damage Done kind of did it for me in regards to me fully understanding Neil Young and his greatness. But like lines like that, you're old enough to repay, but young enough to sell. I want to know what that means so bad. Y'all gotta let me know in the comment section, man. Gotta let me know. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, with Neil Young. Peace.